Welcome to MWR Life on Air. I'm your host, Tara Goodson. In this week's episode, I'll sit down with Lisa Taylor and we'll talk about May's Magazine and upcoming summer events. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after the break.
I'm Lance Corporal Meza, ready to fight.
I'm Sergeant Teep, and I'm ready to ride.
Welcome back. Here with me now is Lisa Taylor. Welcome to the show, Lisa.
Thanks, Tara. I'm really glad that I could come here and talk to you about some of the wonderful summer events that MWR has planned, in addition to, of course, our fantastic monthly magazine, our MWR Life, and now we actually have 4 of them. We have our MWR Life for families, single soldiers, civilians, and retirees.
Well, it sounds like we're hitting everything that's in our logo because MWR Life is for everybody.
Absolutely. And the civilian magazine, it's really, we're trying to let people know, we're trying to let the community know what is available to the civilians, because a lot of them aren't aware of all the wonderful MWR services and programs that are available to them.
Well, this year for our first magazine, for the civilian one, we highlighted the Civilian Employee of the Year nominees, and that occurred earlier in April. But it was such a treat to put that together and to have that issue available for our civilians on post.
And it's just a great opportunity to really give a pat on the back to some of the people that you just don't realize how much work and what it takes to really provide for the soldiers and families the quality of service that we do at Fort Campbell.
Well, we are a world-class installation, so we can't do this without our fellow civilians that are employed here on post. But let's talk about the May magazine. We're, almost through the month, and it's gone so fast, but there are so many great articles in there for our community to look at.
Certainly. What I saw was like an overall theme. Of course, we're going to discuss some summer events that we have coming up. We're really excited about our newly renovated paintball. The opening date has been pushed back a little bit, but go ahead and make your plans. We should be open by the end of summer. And of course, what's most important in the summertime, we're outdoors, we're having fun, but it's really important for us to be safe while we're enjoying our adventures. So we have great articles. One's covering the topic about summer safety in the sun. We all love a good tan. It looks so beautiful at the end of the year, but it's just so important for us to take care of our skin and prevent skin cancer. So Charlene's got a great article telling us about that.
As somebody that doesn't tan very well, I burn and then I turn white again. Being safe in the sun is so important, and especially because we have so many outdoor concerts on the horizon. Not only did we have our Week of the Eagles concert, but throughout the local community, you can go out, and so making sure that you take adequate measures to protect yourself pays off in the long run.
Speaking of concerts, Jessica Ryan actually wrote a really great article about concert safety as well. So you can kind of see the theme in our magazine, in our main magazine, and safety is always important, and safety is always first for us.
It certainly is.
And of course, now that the weather is warm, you're going to see motorcycles everywhere. And what's really important is that we need to be aware of these motorcyclists out on the road. And so we've got a great article in the May magazine about motorcycle safety this month.
Well, I love that Lonnie Scott, who is our contributor for the motorcycle article, that's his life. He is such a great resource for that. And we do have to be aware, if you are in a car or a truck, we're so much bigger than a motorcycle, and in the blink of an eye, something terrible can happen. So just, check twice.
You are absolutely correct about that. And Lonnie did such a fantastic job. Every year about this time, he submits his article and does try to remind the community the importance of it. And of course, all the safety training that we do have available on Fort Campbell.
The May magazine is out on the shelves. You can pick it up at many racks throughout the community and any of our MWR facilities. When we come back from a break, I want to talk about what's on the horizon for youth summer activities.
Sounds fantastic. Thanks.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back after the break.
Riding motorcycles requires the right skills, the right training, and the right attitude.
All Army Sports!
The All Army Sports program gives soldiers an opportunity to compete with the best. Soldier athletes train and compete in individual and team sports. And the best may find themselves competing in a national or world military championship as an armed forces athlete.
Compete with the best.
Do you know the next soldier athlete who will be the difference maker when the U.S. Army takes on the Air Force, Marines, and Navy in the Armed Forces Championships? Or do you know who has what it takes to compete against foreign militaries on the field of play? Stand proud watching your soldier represent the Army and the United States wearing the black and gold of all Army sports. As an Army leader, you help shape the lives of soldiers.
Soldiers first, athletes second.
For those who are athletically talented, the All Army Sports program provides soldier athletes with premier competition, global exposure, and camaraderie among their fellow teammates and competitors. Soldier athletes are selected through an application process managed by family and MWR staff, along with coaches from each sport. Command approval is required prior to being selected for an all-Army sport. Soldier athletes are expected to commit to 1 to 3 months of time for training and competition, depending on their success and specific sport. Selected soldier athletes do not change MOS or PCS, and National Guard and Reserve soldiers are activated for the duration of the trial camp and competition.
All Army Sports.
Soldiers are brought onto temporary duty status for the duration of their time as an all-Army athlete. Soldier athletes attend trial camps where they ready themselves against the best athletes in the Army. Following the conclusion of competition, soldiers return to their units and place of duty. The best soldier athletes are selected to continue on and compete against the other services in Armed Forces Championships. After the Armed Forces Championship, the best military athletes from all services combined may advance to a national or international championship as a USA athlete.
Compete with the best.
CISM, a French acronym that stands for the World Military Sports Council, draws military athletes from over 120 nations who compete annually around the theme of friendship through sports. Every 4 years, in the year prior to the Olympic Games, the Military World Games are conducted as a multi-sport event with full pageantry and festivities. When finished with competition, soldiers return to their unit in better physical condition, along with a new appreciation of team building and enhanced leadership skills. Their unique perspective as a soldier athlete and first-hand experience gained in competing on the international stage makes them better athletes, but more importantly, better soldiers. The esprit de corps and camaraderie developed on the field of play stays with soldier athletes long after they return to their unit, strengthening the bond between them and their fellow soldiers. As General Douglas MacArthur noted, Upon the fields of friendly strife are sown the seeds that upon other fields, on other days, will bear the fruits of victory. Overall, the All-Army Sports Program contributes to your soldiers' readiness and well-being.
All-Army Sports.
Remember, this family and MWR program helps deliver on our promise to provide soldiers with a quality of life commensurate with their sacrifice to our nation. Learn more about the All-Army Sports Program at allarmysports.armymwr.com. Engage your soldiers and encourage the best soldier athletes to apply and represent our Army and our country at the pinnacle of success.
Compete with the best.